Okay, for the second study, I'm using my own photo, because there's not a lot of value variation in the ones that I'm seeing online on line of action. They're more made for linear drawings than for value drawings. So for the second portrait, I want you to do it very differently. I want you to take your pencil and just add a mid-tone value to your whole page. It goes across your page. If you have charcoal, it can be easier to do this with charcoal. But we're going to start with a toned page. I want to get this as even as I can. Alright, so I have this value already here, and instead of drawing with my pencil, I'm going to go ahead and draw with my eraser. So I have, I'm mostly looking at this highlight right here and the highlights in the face. I'm looking for these shapes. I'm not looking at the I'm looking at the shape of the highlight. I'm not looking at eyes. I'm not looking at mouth. I'm going to do this drawing as much as I can with my eraser. This is a reminder that eraser is not for mistakes, it's a drawing tool. Sorry, my video cut out because my card was full, so I'm starting back up where I left off. Like I said, you're going to start with this toned paper, and I'm erasing away these highlights that I see. I'm really focusing on those highlight shapes. I am not going to think too much about what it is that I'm drawing with my eraser. I am just trying to get those shapes as close as I can. If I need to bring some value back in, I can do that. So that I can get these shapes right. One of the things that can be really rewarding about this is that I have no preconceived notion of what these shapes that I'm erasing are. I don't know what a shadow, well, I probably know more than you do, but what a shadow on a face looks like. Yeah. And then I'm going to go ahead and start erasing some of this space back here. So you can see here I have the beginnings of a face starting to show up there, but I haven't actually drawn anything with my pencil. I've only used my eraser. I'll bring in some of her jacket. And I know I'm going to have to change this here. I think I'm just going to make the whole background darker so that that contrast comes out better. Yeah. And once I get there, then I can start looking at some of my darkest areas. Which are going to be, I can start to bring in shadows. I already know I'm going to have shadows over here. Again, I am not drawing anything. I am only making shadows. I'm doing this whole thing with just the concept of highlight where it should be light and where it should be dark. So you'll slowly start to see this face show up on here. But again, I'm not drawing anything. I am just looking at light and dark, what's a highlight and what's a shadow. And I'm going to push and push and pull until I start to get to where all I have left are the things that actually are linear and cleaning things up. If I take something too far, let's say I put too much value in somewhere, I can always erase things back out, like this little triangle I see right here. I can go back and forth until I'm happy with what I end up with. Eventually the areas that are dark are going to end up getting very, very dark. The areas that are light, I can always bring highlights back out if I want. It's just a push and pull. I bring a little bit of a highlight in here. So after I find that I've been drawing with my pencil for a while, it's time to switch back to my eraser, see where I need to bring things back. Kind of redefine some areas.